Peace, fam. Hi, I'm Uju. I hope everybody is doing well tonight on this beautiful Tuesday evening. I am doing great today. On my way to the gym, trying to get this workout in. You know, Planet Fitness changed their hours, so I'm trying to get in what I can. And I wanted to share some thoughts that I've been chewing on about expectations and how expectations really are the root of our suffering, how expectations cause suffering. And a lot of times when we experience situations that are less than ideal, and we experience the emotional disturbance that we think comes from the situation, it's actually not the situation that's a disturbance, but what we're experiencing is the difference between what the situation, the reality of the situation, and what we expected it to be. And so lately, I'm so grateful for this level of clarity, because lately I've been really applying it, and I think in circumstances or spaces where we feel like we just don't have control, or we feel like uncomfortable circumstances are out of our hands, maybe it's because we have unreasonable expectations for the whatever it is that's disturbing our peace. Like, maybe it's not necessarily the circumstance that's the problem, especially if we don't necessarily have direct control over it. Like, if we cannot directly change it, then it cannot be the circumstance that needs to change. A lot of times it's the expectations we have around the circumstance. And you know, sometimes those expectations can cause like a little bit of entitlement. It can cause a little bit of entitlement. Like, you know, we think this shouldn't be happening. This should have happened, or, you know, whatever the case might be. And so that leads us to some emotional disturbance, like that has us feeling some type of way. And so I'm sharing that, you know, let me share this in more practical terms. You know, like, basically a lot of the stress that we experience on a regular basis, we have total control over whether or not we can totally opt in and opt out of that stress. We can opt out of that stress. We can release the stress by releasing expectations. And this is unconditional. The beauty about this is unconditional. For example, my beautiful, creative, articulate son, can be a little absent-minded at times. And so I'm constantly reminding him of the same things over and over again. Like, literally, every time my son uses a dish, I am reminding him to clean it up. Every time. Okay, let me not say every time, so I'm not exaggerating. Most times, maybe 97.5% of the time, okay, I am reminding him to take care of his things, to clean up after himself. It used to frustrate me to no end, and I feel really bad, because it would cause me, like, I would get so annoyed with him, and it wasn't something that he was doing on purpose. And so it would make him feel, he didn't feel good about himself. Like, every time he would need to be reminded, and mind you, he needs to be reminded often. And so it was creating a loop that it really hurt my heart to see. And I just could not figure out how to change it. Like, I mean, posting Post-its everywhere, having a task sheet with stickers and money. I would pay him. I would have him pay me if I had to remind him. Reminders on Alexa, having him make his Post-its, and I've tried a lot of things over the years, and what I am trying now is releasing my expectations for him to remember. And it doesn't make it okay, because I still hold him accountable. Like, I am still telling him to I'm still telling him to clean up after himself. That is still a principle that we follow. However, me releasing the expectation that he should know, I shouldn't be doing this. That's what was causing the anger. That's what was causing the frustration, because I believed that I shouldn't be doing it. I shouldn't be reminding him, yet here I am. And so once I release the expectation of that, it opens me up to be a little bit more flexible with the experience, and more open, because I'm releasing my attachment to a certain outcome, and it allows me to be more open to the whole experience, and not just the part of the experience that I feel is valid. And so what that's been creating for us is more happy moments and more playful moments. And I find that he's actually doing he's actually more mindful of these things. He's more mindful, actually, and even reminding him is just more playful. And so I'm so grateful to realize that. And this is, I've been applying and releasing expectations in different areas of my life, but that's one that I found to be such a relief and to create so much space, because I really, really love my son. And I was in a space of such resentment for my parenthood journey, my parenting journey, because I'm like, this cannot be fucking it. Like, okay, so I'm just grateful to be able to find space, to have created space, so that I can see beyond that and really get to bond and experience my son, and allow him to experience me in a happy and safe and encouraging space, and not in a space of frustration and things like that. And it's not even just that, like, even with the things that's going on with my property, I signed a contract with a tenant. This tenant is not paying rent. And so now that's causing a whole line of inconveniences for me, which is frustrating. And it's like, I'm reminding myself, like, the frustration is because I expected this tenant to pay rent. And yes, that's reasonable. It's a reasonable expectation. However, what if the tenant could not pay rent? I mean, it's not guaranteed that the tenant's going to pay rent. They could not pay rent, which is in fact what happened. And so me just embracing the reality of the possibility that it could not go the way I expected, and releasing that expectation by embracing the possibility that it could not go the way I expected, but still acknowledging my expectation. So I think that part is important too. Still acknowledging my expectation while releasing it, creating space for what actually is, allows me to maintain my peace of mind, yo. And that right there is a game changer. It's really been a game changer. So I don't know, my thoughts are kind of choppy in this video, but I hope that y'all caught the message. If I decide to post this instead of recording a new one, I hope y'all caught the message. Long story short, practice releasing expectations. Practice naming the expectations. So if you're experiencing discomfort, if you're experiencing a situation that's stressful, that's frustrating, that's low vibrational, that's anything other than great, I invite you to really reflect on that and to practice releasing your expectations around that situation. Like, really ask yourself, what are my expectations in this situation, and to name them to yourself, and to acknowledge them, and to intentionally accept that things can go differently from what you expected, and allow it to be okay, and release it. I just want to say, it creates so much space And it really does create a level of peace that's just unfuckwittable. And I wish unfuckwittability for everyone, everyone that's watching this video. I wish you all the superpower of unfuckwittability, for real. Like I wish that I wish unconditional peace and joy on everyone. And I really truly believe that this right here, this jewel right here, is a really wonderful way to attain it, because I'll tell you what, since I have been practicing it, it has been a game changer. Yes. So I'm gonna leave that with y'all so I can head into this gym, get my workout in. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really love y'all, fam. Like, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this journey. It's just getting started, but I'm really excited to share the characteristics and the talents and the abilities that I've been gifted with in this lifetime with the rest of the world. I'm glad to be in this space where I'm finally submitting to my purpose and in love with my purpose and living my purpose. And I thank you all for witnessing it and for receiving it and for sharing it and for liking it and for just being a part of it. So yes, thank you again for watching, and I love y'all. Straight up. Peace.